Welcome to our Chapter 3 Test Interactive Flipped Classroom Study Guide. Today is going to be a little bit of a different flipped classroom. I would like for you to already have out your sheet of paper and pencil, and I would like for you to complete the problems along with me. Instead of just watching the whole thing all the way through, go ahead and solve the problems along with me as we navigate through the Chapter 3 test that is found on in your textbook on page 146. So here we go. This is from page 146. And the first problem says evaluate the expression when A equals 6 and B equals 8. So all we have to do is substitute in the variables with these values. So 4 plus A, put in A is equal to 6, so it's really 4 plus 6, which is equal to 10. No problem. Number 2, A minus 6. A is 6 again. 6 minus 6 leaves us with 0. A and B, and we talked about this numerous amount of times. When two variables are touching, we know that indicates a multiplication. So it's really A times B, which is really 6 times 8, and it's a basic fact, which gives you 48. So far, so good. Number 4, 5 and 6, it asks us to write the phrase as an expression. So twice a number x means 2 times x. We must write it with the coefficient 2 on the left-hand side of the variable. This is the only correct format. Number 5, 25 more than 50. So if it's 25 more than 50, that means we actually are starting with 50, and we're going to add on 25 more. So it's adding on, so plus 25. And this is the final correct answer. You don't actually need to solve it because they ask us to simply write an expression. Number 6, 40 divided by 5. 40 divided by 5. Again, we are simply writing an expression. There's no need to actually solve it. But you would know the actual quotient gives you 8. Number 7, 8, and 9, it asks us to simplify the expression, explain each step. Let's go ahead and just simplify it. 3.1 plus, in parentheses, 8.6 plus m. Well, I could regroup my parentheses using the associative property of addition and simply add those up, and we get 11.7 plus m. Final answer. Number 8, 10 times n times 7. Again, we're going to use the commutative property of multiplication to switch the order around, and we'll do 10 times 7 times n, and then we'll regroup it so we can also use the associative property of multiplication. 10 times 7 is 70 times n, which gives us 70n. Number 9, we are going to use the distributive property, and we're going to distribute the 3 times 15w, which gives us 45w. And really, I guess it's also the regrouping, so we're going to use the associative property of multiplication. Number 10 and 11, now we're going to use the distributive property, and we're going to distribute the 4 to the x and the 4 to the 8. 4 times x, 4x, 4 times 8, 32. Final answer. Number 11, distribute the 12 to the y and the 12 to the 5. 12 times y, 12y, minus 12 times 5, 60. Final answer. Number 12, we're just simplifying it. So here we go. First step, you always have to distribute. If you have to do that first, always distribute first. 4 times q is 4q, plus 4 times 2 is 8. And then we have just a minus 6. We're not done. We can close our accordion. We have a q term, we have a constant, and another constant. Combine like terms, 8 minus 6 is a 2. And now we're left with 4q plus 2. Final answer. Number 13, distribute first. 3 times 2, 3 times 5r, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 3 times 5r, 15r, plus 11. Again, that's a constant. R term, constant. Combine like terms, leaves us with 15r plus 17. You could also say 17 plus 15r. The commutative property of addition allows us to do that. Number 14, We have an S term, another S term, and another S term. Remember, the coefficient here is 1. If you don't see anything that's given as a 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4 more is 8. So together it's simply 8S. Number 15, T term, constant, same T term, constant. Let's put our T terms together. So we have 4T minus 2T. What is 4T minus 2T? 2T. And then we have minus 2 and a positive 7. Now we really haven't got into negatives, but if you have a 7 positives and 2 negatives, your balance is a positive 5. So we're going to add on plus 5. Final answer. Word problem, real life. Soccer game. Playing time is added at the end of the soccer game to make up for stoppages. An expression for the length of a 90-minute soccer game with X minutes of stoppage time is 90 plus X. So they're telling us the expression to use. How long is a game with 4 minutes of stoppage time? Well, the game is 90 minutes. Stoppage time is X. X is the amount of stoppage time. In this case, they're asking us for 4 minutes of stoppage time. So we're going to simply write plus 4, which gives us 94. Don't forget units. It's a word problem. 94 minutes. And that's the length of the whole game with the stoppage time. Pretty simple. Some more, just a couple of extra practice problems. Which property does the equation below represent? So look at the left-hand side, and then let's look at the right-hand side. We are seeing they're doing 17 times 44 plus 17 times 56, and that is going to equal 17 times 100. They are really working backwards here. This is an example of the distributive property because this is what they really have. They have 17 times 44 plus 56, and which gives us the 17 times 44, and then the 17 times 56. And they are simply combining those first to making it 17 times 100, and that is an example of the distributive property. Number 8, which property was used to simplify the expression? So let's look at what we're starting with. 47, 125, 8. On the right side, 47, 125, 8. The numbers are in the same exact order, and the only thing that's different is that the parentheses have been regrouped. They've been shifted. Around 47 times 125 on the left, they are now around 125 and 8 on the right. Once we see that the numbers are in the same exact order, and the only difference is that the groupings have been shifted, that's our giveaway. It's the associative property. And of course, it's multiplication, so of multiplication, H is the correct answer here. Number 9, what is the value of the expression below? Again, here's A equals 5, B equals 7, C equals 6. So 9B, that means 9 times B. B is 7, 9 times 7, 63. Minus 4 times A. A is 5, 4 times 5, 20. Plus 2C, 2 times C, which is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And now let's close our accordion. 63 minus 20, order of operations, gives us 43. Plus 12, and that outcome becomes 55. Choice C, correct answer. So that is a review for your test, which is tomorrow or coming up very shortly. You need to study Chapter 3, review your learning log notes, do extra practice problems, go to Google, type in algebraic expressions, 6th grade, find lots of extra resources. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you did really well. And if you did well, you're going to do very well on your Chapter 3 test. See you later.